Hey guys, so today is Friday, August 10th, and I'm just doing a quick one-taker today because I thought I'd put out like it's a advisory, I guess you could say, of something that happened to me today because I honked my horn at somebody. It was kind of a scary situation. I was on my way to work and I was driving down and there was this car that suddenly sped up on the right side of me, and they cut me off and got in front of me. Well, I honked, just like a quick honk, and then and usually I don't really honk unless somebody really does something to like really need it. Anyway, so he sped up, he's in front of me, but then he got back over in the other lane because those cars were now going faster. He's just trying to get around everybody, I guess. And he, I could tell that his traffic was slowing down and mine was going faster, so I knew that he was going to try to get back over in mine. And well, I was a little angered at him from already cutting me off, so I didn't want him to get back over. You know how it is. You know that they're going to slide over again and cut you off again. So what did I do? I tried to hurry and close the gap before he could slide back over. But he still managed to cut back over. And I almost hit him. I almost hit this guy because he cut over so quickly. And I had to hit my brakes. I laid on my horn. I mean, I wouldn't even let it off. Like, it was just, I've never honked a horn so much in my life. Because it was scary. It was like, you almost made me wreck, dude. Anyway, so, you know, I'm just like staring at the back of his car, trying to figure out who this crazy person is. And then the next thing I know, he sticks his hand up through his sunroof. And he's got a gun. He had a gun. He didn't point it at me or anything, but he just held it up there as if to let me know, hey, you better back off. And I did back off. I slowed down and everything, and I was just kind of in shock because I was looking at like, is that a gun? And it definitely wasn't a cell phone. So I just kept going, and then he eventually got into a turn lane to turn somewhere, and I had to pass him, and he must have known it was my car. He looked right at me as I went by because I looked over at him. And he just kind of threw his hands up like, what are you going to do? You know? And it was at that moment where I just kind of basically was almost in tears. Because it was just, I don't know, maybe it was the what ifs that could have happened. If I had hit him in my car, what if he had gotten out and pulled the gun on me or something? Oh, I don't even like talking about it now. Anyway, so I was basically in tears, and I was shaking. So I pulled over into a Quick Trip, which I was going there anyway. I called Eddie, and I told him what happened, and he said, talk to a cop if you can, because there was a cop at the Quick Trip, because they're always there. But the cop just left. So I called the police anyway, but I couldn't do anything, because I didn't notice what his license plate was. I just didn't even think about that. The only thing I could remember was the color of his car, but I didn't know what kind of car it was. So there's nothing they could do for me. But anyway, I texted my boss that I was going to be late, because I was like 10 minutes late, just because I had to sit there for a minute and calm down. And then I got to work, and I told her something happened that shook me up, so that's why I'm late. So I get there, and as soon as I walk in, she probably could tell that I was just, you know, and she ushered me back out into the hallway, and she asked me what happened. I just like started crying. I mean, I didn't expect it to hit me so hard, but I explained everything, and of course, you know, she was like, you'll be okay, you know, and everything, and she told me I could go home if I needed to, or have someone come get me or whatever, and I was like, no, I'm fine. I gotta let it pass, because it was just, that was like the scariest situation I've ever been in. He didn't even point a gun at me, but the fact that he had a gun, and he could have, that was, oh wow, here I go. Anyway, so it's because I honked at this guy. So I've decided that in the future, I'm not honking anymore. Unless somebody's like accidentally drifting over into my lane or something, I might honk. But out of road rage, which, yeah, I had a little bit because I tried to close that gap, and I should have just, if Charlie had been in the car with me, I would have just let it go. Because I don't do stuff like that with him in the car. But with just me, I was like, oh, I'm not letting this guy back over. I'm going to close this gap. And that's what I usually do. But he got over, and it's not worth it. And I've heard stories before of people who honked at someone and people would pull guns on them. And I just always thought, you know, it probably won't happen, but it can. It can. But anyway, so just be careful out there if you honk at somebody, and take into consideration what could become of it. Because I tell you, that was scary. I've never experienced anything like that before. And now I've talked to Eddie, and I told him I'm getting a dash cam for the car. I've been wanting to get one for a while. And this solidifies it, because if I had had a dash cam, that would have taken care. I could have taken that straight to the police, because that would have showed everything that happened. But I don't, so anyway, that's my story for today. That's why I didn't want to take her. I did get off work a little early, a couple hours early. No, actually about 3 hours early. It was just a slow day. So Grandma and Grandpa have Charlie for tonight because Eddie's doing Tough Mudder tomorrow, which I'll be vlogging a lot then. But Charlie's not going to go because it's just going to be really, really hot. He went last year, so Grandma's going to watch him, and we're going to go, but he's just going to stay the night over there because we got to get up early. But after that happened, I was like, I got to see him. I got to go hug him. And my mother-in-law was like, and I got to hug you, because it upset her a lot. So yeah, I went by there and spent a little bit of time with him and everything. And then I came home, and now I'm just kind of vegging out because that rattled my brain all day. Like, every once in a while it just comes back into my mind, and I'm just like, I try not to think of the what ifs, but sometimes it's hard not to. Like, what if my car had hit him, and, you know, or what if he had just turned the gun around? And then I have some people who would, you know, a friend, and even Eddie is like, you know, you need to go to a shooting range, you need to get a gun. I don't like guns anyway. They just make me nervous. Even if someone's as safe as they can be, I just get nervous around them. And so, but part of me is like, well, I should at least learn how to use one. But I don't know. I don't know if I would want to carry, because we have conceal and carry here, but I don't know. But anyway, that's all I got for today. Yeah, so just be cautious of who you honk at and when you honk at them. And I've learned the difference between what's a polite honk, so to speak, like when you honk at someone to go when they don't see the light turn green. It's just like a quick little honk, but don't lay on the horn, because that apparently makes people really mad. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be vlogging Tough Mudder for Eddie, and should have a good time then. So stay safe out there.